The world is not dangerous because of those who harm us, but because of those who look at it without doing anything. Now, this quote has been often attributed to Albert Einstein. Smart man, I would maybe follow his advice. I don't know. Welcome back to Light and Shadows. My name is JF. Today, I'm talking about spirituality and the world. So sit tight and let's explore this subject. Spirituality is increasingly viewed as a crucial, often secular tool for navigating the modern world, emphasizing interconnectedness, inner peace, and holistic well-being over strict religious dogma. It functions as a catalyst for social change, encouraging individuals to address global challenges, political instability, and social inequity. In 2026, the relationship between spirituality and the state of the world is characterized by a rebirth. While traditional religions continue to decline in many Western regions, spiritual belief remains widespread and is rapidly increasing, especially amongst the younger generation. Key aspects of spirituality and the world state. The spiritual but not religious, also known as SBNR. A significant portion of the global population, particularly younger generation, identify as SBNR. So do I. They often view the world as a school for soul evolutions rather than a test of worthiness. A growing number of people define their own spiritual truth, focusing on personal meaning, purpose, and connecting with others rather than adhering to traditional institutions. This perspective, common in many modern spiritual and philosophical traditions, shift the purpose of life from a pass-fail examination to an ongoing process of development. The school for soul evolution. In this view, the world is seen as a classroom, often called Earth School, where the primary goal is growth, learning, and the refinement of consciousness, learning through experience. Every challenges, relationships, and hardships is considered a lesson designed to help the soul develop specific qualities like compassion, resilience, and wisdom. Refinement over judgment. Difficulties aren't seen as obstacle to be avoided, but as necessary curriculum for spiritual progress. For example, a personal struggle might be a lesson in patience or self-reliance. Cyclical growth. Many who hold this view believe that spiritual awakening is a non-linear, lifelong process of failing and relearning until a soul matures. Not a test of worthiness. This contrast rejects the idea that humans must prove themselves to a higher power to earn a reward like heaven or avoid punishment. Inherent worth. In the school model, your worth is absolute and unchangeable. You don't have to earn your values. Your existence itself is considered proof of your worth. Moving beyond the pass and fail. Traditional test metaphors can imply that one mistake could lead to eternal failure. The school metaphor suggests that mistakes are expected part of the curriculum. An F in life is simply a signal to try a different approach or repeat a lesson. Purpose over survival. While a test can feel like a high-stakes struggle for survival, viewing life as an evolution focuses on the journey and an internal transformation of the individual. Spirituality as action, eco-spirituality. Spiritual practices is increasingly linked to environmentalism, with many viewing the earth as sacred and acting as steward of nature. Healing the self and the world. The inner works of spirituality, reducing ego, greed, and anger, is seen as essential for fostering peace and reducing suffering on a global scale. I want to talk a bit more about that. These three words, ego, greed, and anger, seem to be ruling the world lately. I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of it. I have nothing against churches or religion. Please don't get me wrong. They serve a purpose. They've been serving a purpose for thousands of years. But you know what? This is 2026. Churches existed before so that the mass could gather and get the word. We don't need that anymore. And as you can see, especially where I'm at in North America, churches are disappearing at an alarming rate. They can't sustain anymore because people don't go. Spirituality offers an individual a chance at growth without all the restriction of churches and all the dogma and all the hooplas that and the ceremonies. And it's the same thing. I believe in God. I believe in the universe. I believe in the creator. I like to put it in a way where I can grow from it. Because repeating the same dogma over and over and over again, is not learning anything. You're just repeating. And learning to better yourself will also lead you to teach others. This is what I'm doing. I've grown, I've learned, and I'm teaching others. I'm taking charge. I'm taking the lead on something that's needed in this world today. Because in order to stop what's going on in the world, in order to stop the wars, in order to stop the famine, in order to stop the greed, in order to stop the anger, in order to stop the ego, we need to grow as a species. And we need to become a lot more self-aware than we are now. And we need to communicate between ourselves. We have the technology today. It's easy to do it. And language is no longer a barrier. Think of that. I know for a fact that most people in this world are good, honest people. But you know what, guys? It's time. It's time to take ourselves in charge, better ourselves, communicate, and then communicate that to our leaders. We are in charge, not them. Don't forget that. We elect our leaders. Those of us living in a democracy, we elect our leaders. They can be just as easily replaced. You have the power. You have to own it. You have to take advantage of it. So learn, grow, and pass the word around. Okay, connecting over alienation. Modern spiritual practices including meditation, yoga, and nature, aim to counteract the disconnection and isolation often found in modern society. It's important to retreat within yourself, whether you do it through meditation, yoga, a walk in nature. I'm not much on meditation or yoga, so for me, a walk in nature is, wow, it's peaceful. I can think. I can replenish my energy in nature. It's amazing. Shared humanity in politics. Many view spiritual and political transformation as intertwined, as I was saying earlier, where personal enlightenment fuels activism for a more just society. It's up to us to decide what we want, guys. It's up to us. Exercise your rights. Learn, grow. I encourage you. Spirituality is thus evolving into a proactive, engaged, and often secular approach to life, driving a shift in consciousness towards greater responsibility for oneself, others, and the planet. So again, I encourage you to get in touch with your inner self. Ask yourself the hard questions, because only when we are uncomfortable will we grow. So ask yourself those uncomfortable questions. Have those uncomfortable conversations with the other human beings around you that are part of your family, friends, coworker, neighbors. Have those difficult conversations, because once you have those conversations, you will grow. And sometimes a hard conversation can only last 5 minutes, and you clear the air and you grow from it, because you will learn somebody else's perspective and they will learn your perspective. And by looking at these two perspectives from different angles without judgment, you can learn. And you will learn that most people are good people, and that most people go through difficulties during their lifetime because they're learning, just like you're learning, just like I'm learning. So be patient with other people and see if you can learn to look at things from their point of view before you criticize. And that's important. Once you understand the underlying cause or purpose of something, well, once you have that understanding, you can also understand why. And when we understand why, it makes our life and our job a lot easier to determine what we need and what we need to do. Anyway, I hope you like this one. It's an important one, and I could have spent a lot more time on it, but I just want to keep these podcasts short and easily viewed by people. And talking about that, I want to thank each and every one of you. This podcast reached over 1.2 million views last week. And I want to thank you for listening, for paying attention, for reposting, for commenting, for passing the word. It's important, because what I'm trying to do here is not for me. I'm one person who's trying to reach many, to teach them a better way of doing things. And by doing that, I accomplish my soul mission. And I strongly believe that. So with that said, what have you done to shine your light this week? You know what? This is why I started this podcast. This is kind of my church. The church of light and shadows, if you want to call it that way. And you don't require to do anything. Just listen and try to better yourself. That's all you have to do for yourself, not for anybody else, for yourself. The message that I receive, I've carefully answered again this week. And again, I want to thank you for everybody who wrote me, who told me what they were doing this week to shine their light. So keep doing that. I really, really encourage you guys to write that. What have you done this week? Just put it in the comment. Put it in the comment, and I would love to read it. So thank you for joining me in the shadows today. I hope you enjoy and learn as always. And I wish you love, light, and shadows. Have a good week, guys.